on, kid. We're not out of the woods yet.
Na 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 na. We still control the universe.
I want that wall-crawling arachnid prosecuted!
On the roof!
Hey everybody, Andrew here. Today this is a very impromptu video. I know I look terrible, I haven't shaved in like a week or whatever. I've been wearing the same hat all day, hoodie, and yeah. So this is a very impromptu video, but the Oscars, the nominations came out today, about a month ahead of the actual show. And I'm going to talk about them for a few minutes. I'm not going to touch on every topic because I'm not well versed in all the topics, but I'll touch on the major ones, okay? And I'm also going to do a predictions list. That video will probably come out at a later date, or I might even bring up some of that stuff here. But what I tend to do is now tend to print out a list, circle what I think is going to win, and then I check off, hey, was I right on that or not? And then at the end of the Oscars, I'll do a video. Maybe with some friends I'll do a video. I don't know. We'll see. After I watch it, and then we'll talk about it and see who won. But seeing that I've seen a lot of these films, there's a number of films I still haven't seen, and I know my top 10 list is coming. It is on its way. It'll be there in a minute, like literally a minute. Like it'll be very. Give me a day. Give me some time. I've been very busy. You should see my desk right now. It is covered. My room is covered in junk. But and I'm trying to get these videos out to you guys as fast as I can, but this one kind of takes some precedent right now. So yeah, this is the Oscars. So I'm going to start with the Best Motion Picture of the Year award. There was 9 films, 9, that got nominated, and they are as follows. Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. Now, I have seen about half of these movies, okay? I've seen about half of them. And the other half I am going to see in the next month, okay? I just haven't gotten around to it, and, you know, that's a thing that happens. So, yes, I'm going to be seeing these films, especially Hacksaw Ridge, Hidden Figures, obviously, Manchester by the Sea, Moonlight, Fences. I'm going to see at least those. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see The Lion. I don't know. I'll see if I can get it. But definitely, I'm going to check out a lot of these films. I'm really glad a lot of these were on here. There was probably maybe 1 or 2 I thought I don't know why they put on certain ones. Hidden Figures, I didn't hear super great things about it. Like, I don't know, maybe I just interpreted it differently from what the reviews were. But I didn't get from the reviews that this was one of those movies like an Arrival, a Hell or High Water, a Hacksaw Ridge, something like that. Manchester by the Sea, something that was just, oh my goodness, this is going to be nominated for Best Picture. I didn't get that from the reviews. Now, I could watch the movie and be like, this is the best movie of the year. Just saying. That was my initial take on it. I'm glad to see La La Land on there. Obviously, Moonlight, stuff like that. I'm definitely going to get around to seeing some of these movies I haven't seen. So, I mean, I'm really happy with this list. It's a good list. Really happy about it. So let's scroll. This is a weird list. Up to Best Performance by a Lead Actor. And in that list, you have Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic, and Denzel Washington for Fences. Again, haven't seen the only performance of these I have seen is Ryan Gosling's. And I think he was great. Now, I've heard Casey Affleck is like the lead guy. He's the main guy to look out for in this. Andrew Garfield, I heard, was great in Hacksaw Ridge. I'm really happy to see this. The other one I would have put on here, and maybe it could have been in contention, I don't know, was definitely either Ben Foster or Chris Pine in Hell or High Water. They were both great. Either one of those. Those are 2 like lead performances. Ben Foster was fantastic. And the other one was Jake Gyllenhaal in Nocturnal Animals, which Nocturnal Animals is also quite often not on this list. So, yeah, I'm just surprised because he was fantastic in the movie. But yeah, that's a good list of people. Let's go over to the lead actress end, and on that end you have Can I pronounce these people's names? All right, let's start with the ones I know. Meryl Streep for Florence Foster Jenkins. Number one, there were like no reviews out for this movie. Now I'll probably watch it at some point. I just think Meryl Streep's overrated. Like when it comes to her performances and stuff. Like she got nominated for Into the Woods a couple of years ago, and I'm like, really? That was one of the best performances of the year? Really? Her? Now look, I know she's like, people call her the Streep monster and everything, and I'm like, look, she might be great, and I've seen her in great performances and stuff. I just don't think her performance in... I've not seen this movie, I don't know. Her performance might be great. I'm just saying, there was another person, Amy Adams, who was in 2 films this year I thought were a lot more notable, and I thought that her performance was very... I don't know how you don't put Amy Adams on this list for Nocturnal Animals or even Arrival. Without her in Arrival, the movie's still good, but it's like, she's so good in that movie, how do you not put her there? That's just my thing. You also have Emma Stone for La La Land. Fantastic. Natalie Portman for Jackie. My friend Caitlin said that Jackie was a really good movie. She really enjoyed it, one of her favorites. And, love Natalie Portman. She's great in just about anything. I haven't seen it. I'm definitely going to check it out. I want to see it. I know the story and everything, but I want to see this movie. It's a movie someone who likes history. Yeah. And then the other 2 were Isabel Huppert in Elle. I didn't see that. And Ruth Negga in Negga. I think that's right. I'm just sorry. Sorry if I got that wrong. In Loving, which I heard was a decent movie too. Just nothing else I can really say about that. And let's go over to the supporting actor area. Some of these acting ones, because I haven't seen the movies, I can't really comment too much on it, but I will watch a lot of these movies in the next month as much as I can, because I've got rehearsals and stuff and class, and again, you should see my room behind this camera, in front of this camera, but looking down. It is a mess. Literally, my computer is literally right here off camera, and then literally right here. That's my computer. I'm sitting here. It's surrounded by junk. Okay, literally surrounded by junk. Okay, there are letters and whatnot. Yeah. So anyway, but the best supporting actor. Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water. Very great performance. Great performance. Lucas Hedges in Manchester by the Sea. Again, I've heard very good performance. Dev Patel in Lion. I like Dev Patel. I've liked him in a lot of things he's in. Apparently, that's a really good performance. Michael Shannon in Nocturnal Animals. Now, the one I will say that I think the Golden Globes gave, what's his name? Aaron Taylor Johnson, the best supporting actor for Nocturnal Animals, and I'm like, he was great in that movie too. You know, he was, and honestly, he could have been in this list too. But it's such a stacked list. Also, you have, I do not want to mispronounce this person's name. Mahershala, I think that's it. Mahershala Ali in Moonlight. Again, I haven't seen Moonlight. Heard it's a great movie. I'm guessing this guy's great in it too. There's a lot of diversity in this. I'm liking the diversity in this as well, and it's not just because, for diversity's sake, we need to put more people of color in this. No, it's because these movies were great. Moonlight is a story of African Americans, and it's a great movie. So there you go. I mean, come on. Same thing with Lion and a lot of these other films. If the thing is, if you have people of color in a movie, and the movie's great, they'll be nominated for it. It just so happens, in whatever year that was, 2015, there may have been those movies and stuff, but this is subjective. When you have people voting on something, it's subjective, and people are going to vote based on, one, what they've seen, and two, what they thought was the best. And what is the best based on 30 other people is completely subjective, just like movies. I know people that didn't like Arrival. I loved Arrival. I know people that didn't like La La Land, or didn't love La La Land, and I loved it. It was my #1 movie of the year, so there you go. Best supporting actress. We have Viola Davis in Fences. Again, I need to see that movie, but Viola Davis is always great. Even in a bad movie like Suicide Squad, she's still really good. Naomi Harris in Moonlight. Nicole Kidman in Lion. Octavia Spencer. I love Octavia Spencer. She's great. And Hidden Figures. And Michelle Williams in Manchester by the Sea. Again, great list. Great list. Fantastic list. I mean, I can't really say much about it. I mean, it's a great. Honestly, I have not seen any of those movies, but I know all of those women probably did a fantastic job in their roles, because all those names are great actresses. So there you go. Let's roll down to Best Animated Feature of the Year, and this is where Andrew gets really happy, because one, you have Kubo and the Two Strings. I loved Kubo and the Two Strings. Really good movie. Laika, who does the stop motion animation, they did a fantastic job with that movie. Like, they also did Paranorman and Box Trolls and Coraline, stuff like that. They knocked it out of the park with Kubo. Kubo looked amazing, and it had a great story, nice message, and overall it was a great film. Moana. I recently saw Moana. I really liked Moana. Moana's really good. My review is out for Moana, actually. You can go check that out. My Life as Zucchini. I didn't see that, but I'm guessing I'll watch it. The Red Turtle, I heard, was really good. That was also nominated. And Zootopia. So I'm going to definitely try and watch some of these other movies I haven't seen. But yeah, Zootopia, to me, is my #1 animated movie of the year. Now, I haven't seen The Red Turtle, and I haven't seen My Life as a Zucchini. It's just a cool title. My Life as a Zucchini. How would that be? But look, I love Zootopia, and honestly, while I loved Kubo and I really liked Moana, and even Finding Dory was really good too. I know it's not on the list, but and I know some people in comment sections and other videos and things are like, "Where's Finding Dory?" And I'm like, "Look, Finding Dory was a perfectly good movie, and it was fine. It was really good. It was a surprising movie for me." But these are better. I mean, come on, The better Disney movies this year were Zootopia and Moana, and Kubo was great, and these other two films were great too. So there you go. I'm going to scroll down here to Best Achievement in Cinematography. I'm just going to kind of roll down this list a bit. Arrival, La La Land, Lion, Moonlight, and Silence. Martin Scorsese film. If Arrival or La La Land doesn't win this, it's just for me, personally. Arrival is Bradford Young, who is, he's like the first, he could be one of the first, I believe the first, African-American cinematographer to win an Oscar for cinematography, obviously. Bradford Young is going to do the Han Solo spin-off movie that comes out in 2 years? 1 year? 2 years? Something? 2018? Yeah, in 2018. So, and he did Arrival, and it looked great. I mean, honestly, Roger Deakins, who usually does Denis Villeneuve's films, I don't think could have done it much better. And Deakins is great, okay? So, I really, look, all those movies I know are shot fantastically, and I can't wait to see Moonlight and Silence and Lion to really see how they look. I know La La Land was great with its continual takes. Arrival's got these nice, beautiful paintings of shots. It's gorgeous, and I love that movie. It's great. I really like the cinematography in these films. Overall, like, again, there are a couple of snubs, if you want to call them snubs, and the major one is Amy Adams. She's not in the Best Actress category, which I don't know why she's not, but I don't know. We'll see. It's what it is. But I think she's going to become the next Leonardo DiCaprio, somebody that just, you're in everything great, but you don't win, you know? I don't know. We'll see. But achievement in directing. This is a good one. This is a stacked category. You got Denis Villeneuve for Arrival. Great director, great movie. Mel Gibson. I'm glad to see his name on here. Now look, whenever you think of Mel Gibson, about things he has said in the past, I'm willing to forgive. The man has obviously apologized for things that he has said in the past. We always like a nice comeback story, and we kind of saw that recently with M. Night Shyamalan, sort of, a bit. Because I recently saw Split. There's a review for that coming soon. Loved that movie, by the way. Hacksaw Ridge is a fantastic film, and Mel Gibson is part of the reason that is a fantastic film. I think he's a great director for the things that he has done in the past, obviously. And I'm glad to see his name on this list. I am. I like a nice comeback story, especially for someone like Mel Gibson. And look, I'm willing to forgive people for things that they've said in the past. People do shoot their mouths off sometimes. People do say things they don't mean sometimes. Look, Tom Cruise has had his moments. I'll say right now, with someone like Tom Cruise, I'll never watch that video of him in his mental breakdown or whatever. I don't need to. I like Tom Cruise as an actor. I don't necessarily enjoy the guy as a person, as a personality, as a, you know, outside of his characters, I think he's a little crazy. But I'm watching the movie, and there I see Ethan Hunt, you know? I don't see Tom Cruise, I see Tom Cruise playing that character, you know? I see the character. And I think that's sometimes the way we need to look at these things, because it's like, look, it's not about the artist, it's about the art. There you go. Most artists are a little crazy, by the way, too. Explains the beard a little bit. Anyway, La La Land and Damien Chazelle, again, fantastic movie, fantastic director. Barry Jenkins for Moonlight and Manchester by the Sea for Kenneth Lonergan. Yep, Lonergan, yes. Again, great. So as far as achievement in music written for a motion picture or original score, here's the list. And this is a point of contention for me. Haven't seen Passengers, haven't seen Moonlight, haven't seen Lion, haven't seen Jackie. Saw La La Land. La La Land's got a great score. I think Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them should be in this list. That's just me. Again, I haven't seen those other movies. Maybe they have great scores, maybe they don't. I don't know. It's up to that. But I just would have liked to see Fantastic Beasts in there because I think that's a really good score. But let's move down to original song written for a motion picture. And again, here's the list. It's interesting to see La La Land on here twice. And while I like the fact that Moana, How Far I'll Go, was on there, and it is like the let it go of the movie, basically, I like that, but my favorite song of that movie actually is You're Welcome by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And it's interesting to see that Can't Stop the Feeling from Justin Timberlake and Trolls is on there. That's an interesting move. And then the other one, I have no idea what that's from, unfortunately, sorry. But I'll have to check it out at some point. Now, these are 3 technical awards that I want to talk about, and they're sound editing and sound mixing and visual effects. So let's start out with sound editing. And for sound editing, you have Arrival, Deepwater Horizon, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, and Sully. Glad to see Sully on there. It has a great, some great editing in there for sound, obviously. Good mix too, but overall, like the beginning of the movie, just how it starts with the noise, with the engine noise and everything. It's great. You get the subtlety in there, you get the roaring engine noise and everything, and it's great. La La Land, again, come on. I mean, it's a musical. Of course it's going to have great sound editing. Hacksaw Ridge is a war film, so obviously that's going to have pretty good sound editing. Deepwater Horizon has one of the best sounds of the year. And Arrival does too, with the and it does that very well. It does subtlety really well and echoes and very, very well, and I really like that. Achievement with mixing, you have Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, Star Wars, Rogue One got in there, and 13 Hours also got in there, which I'm really glad to see Rogue One in there. Rogue One's on here twice, and then it's again in visual effects. But again, all good mixes. I think Rogue One has a really good mix, by the way. I think it does. The subtlety and the sound and everything's really good. I would say with Arrival, there's one moment where I think the mix is too loud. It overtakes the dialogue. And there's a quick scene, where there's a helicopter noise going on, but then there's a brief conversation between Forrest Whitaker and Amy Adams, and it's just, you can't hear what they're saying. In the theater, I couldn't hear it, so I was like, what is he saying? And then there's another scene where they're in a helicopter and does the same thing. It's very brief, but it's fine, I guess. That's what it is. But now, the last category I'm going to talk about is down to best visual effects. And here you have Deepwater Horizon, Doctor Strange, The Jungle Book, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. Now, Rogue One has some of the best visual effects I've seen all year. So does Kubo, so does Doctor Strange, so does Deepwater Horizon, and so does Jungle Book. Jungle Book's going to win this thing hands down. Jungle Book is nearly 90% of that movie is CGI. The only thing that's real is the boy. Okay? So, come on. Well, Rogue One looked great, and I think Rogue One, honestly, on a technical level, looks better than The Force Awakens. They came out literally a year apart. And Doctor Strange has some cool, like, mind wobbly, timey-wimey stuff going on. And Deepwater Horizon looks really, really good. Again, sounds really good, too. And Kubo, surprisingly, I'm glad that stop-motion animation is a visual effect. Because there are visual effects in there. Computer and non-computer effects in there, too. But it's Jungle Book's to win. Come on, the whole thing is CGI. Now, while Rogue One has some CGI characters in it that look great, by the way, it's Jungle Book's to win. Anyway, guys, I know I didn't go down all the films, but I definitely I covered the major ones, and there's a lot of things that I didn't get a chance to get to, obviously, but it's okay. But a lot of them were the smaller categories that I didn't really know a whole lot about, so I could have covered the major ones. And yeah, so that was the Oscars 2017 breakdown. I'll definitely be either live streaming. I'll do something for the Oscars. There'll be a video, something going on for the Oscars when I watch it. And it might have some other people in it. Who knows? So as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. Click right down there to subscribe, like this video, comment below what you thought. Were there any snubs that you thought there were? As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.